GTR.
Bar 38, we're now going to stay on that same B note on the 16th fret of the G string. We're going to do a quick pull off of the B to the A and then hammer back onto the B. We're going to play that again for you. Then we're going to play the C sharp coming up to our B string on the 14th fret. Then we're going to play the D note on the 15th fret, which once again is the first note of our second grouping. So let's go ahead and review that little phrase for you. One more time. Phrase 2 of bar 38 will now slide into 12th position, meaning our first finger will be anchored on the 12th fret. We'll be on the high E string, and the first note of that phrase will be an F sharp note on the 14th fret, and we'll do a quick pull off from the 14th to the 12th. So it'll be like this, F sharp to E. Then we'll go ahead and play the D note on the B string, which is the 15th fret. So putting that together, it'll sound like this. Then we'll slide up with our first finger to the 14th fret. We'll play the F sharp. And then we'll finish the phrase with the G note, which of course, by now you should have figured that out. The G note is the first note of the next grouping. So that idea will sound like this. One more time. Notice how I changed positions? I switched right here. Now here on the third phrase, the lesson is almost over, but there's something I want to talk to you about really quickly, and that's alternate fingering. And it should be noted here in my tab or anyone else's, or even printed sheet music for that matter, you can typically find, not always, but in most cases, you can find the same note on the guitar, just on a different string and a different fret. And what I'm talking about is this. We start on a D, we do a quick pull off to the C sharp, and the tab here is telling us to come down and play two B notes on the 12th fret, which is completely fine. But sometimes I actually find myself wanting to play the B note here on the 16th fret of the G string. So case in point, I could play the B note here, or I could play the B note here. And really, it's just up to you to find your way around the guitar and find what works for you and your fingers. Okay, so let's move on. Let's rewind. I'll just play that little idea for you. D, C sharp, B, B. Now we're going to come down to the A note on the 14th fret of the G string. And we're going to slide all the way down to the 9th fret, to the E. So we're going to slide from the A to the E, 14th to the 9th fret. Then we're going to play three A notes on the 10th fret of the B string. Now it should be noted that last A we played was the first note of measure 39, which is section J, which we're going to get to in our next lesson, which of course it follows in the same motif as we did throughout this entire lesson, where the last note of each phrase is actually the first note of the next grouping. So let's go ahead and play that for you again. One more time. So what I'm going to do is a real quick review of bar 38 for you. I'll play it slow, then I'll play it fast. Now I'll play it up to speed. Alright guys, that's the end of today's lesson. Thanks for hanging in there. We really appreciate all you who have come up to the website, downloaded the MP3s and the PDFs, sent us all kinds of cool emails. And we definitely know that this is not the easiest of songs for a lot of beginning players, but we're doing our best to break it down for you, to go note for note and do it as slow as possible in the areas that give you a lot of trouble. So keep the emails coming, and we'll talk to you guys soon.